Services in Norway to remember those killed in Friday's twin attacks. The suspect in the case will appear in court tomorrow. That's all from us now on BBC One. Time for the news where you are. Good night.
Good evening, I'm Jenny Kirk. A man from Bedfordshire has died after being involved in a kiting accident this afternoon. It happened on Dunstable Downs. Police believe he was flying a kite and fell 50 feet from the hillside. Paramedics tried to save him, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. A cyclist has been airlifted to hospital after suffering a heart attack during a charity bike ride. The 52-year-old was taking part in today's ride from London to Cambridge. The East Anglian Air Ambulance rescued him in Saffron Walden.
There was a man lying in the road. Obviously, the ambulance staff were tending to him, and he obviously had heart monitors on his chest, and he was motionless, so it didn't look very good.
A man says he's determined to walk and work again after being left brain damaged when his drink was spiked and he was mugged in Thailand. Offshore worker Mark Downing from Great Yarmouth spent several months in a coma. Now he's spoken for the first time about his ordeal.
Come and say hello.
Yes. Stop.
How are you keeping?
Mark Downing's friends from the offshore industry surprise him with a visit at the day centre, which is helping to rebuild him after he was left fighting for his life.
I had friends that night. A few friends. Good friends. Drinking.
But he doesn't remember what happened.
I got no recollection at all. Not at all.
Mark Downing was a deep-sea diver and then a supervisor for the offshore oil industry. It was while working in Bangkok he was mugged and left for dead. Toxicology tests showed his drink had been spiked with pesticide. In total, £1.3 million from his insurance has been spent on his recovery.
He was a very angry, depressed man who slumped into his manual wheelchair. And now he's far more positive, he's looking forward to things, and that shows through his body posture because he's far more upright and in control.
Get them arms out, look at your arms.
Mark Downing is determined to get his life back. He hopes one day he will walk again.
I'm determined. Yes, definitely. Guarantee it. One day back to work.
The person who spiked his drink has never been found. Debbie Tubby, BBC Look East, Great Yarmouth.
A co-op store in Cambridgeshire has been wrecked by fire. People were cleared from the shop in Cottenham when the fire broke out at the back of the building and spread. There were several small explosions. It took 10 crews to extinguish it. 4 people have been arrested and sound equipment seized following an illegal rave in Suffolk. Police were called to the King's Forest at West Stow just before midnight. They say they won't tolerate raves, but partygoers say they tidied up and caused no trouble.
The reason we do it deep in the woods is we try and stay out of everyone's way. We're not going to do it in a town centre. We try and get out of their way, but it's hard work. You can't do a festival nowadays without getting in trouble, and you can't do a party without getting in trouble. We've got to do something.
Protesters have held up traffic in Southend to demonstrate against a new road scheme. The Borough Council says their claim that the revamped seafront is a danger to pedestrians is nonsense.
The protesters say this is what Southend's revamped Golden Mile needs, an old-fashioned crossing. £7.5 million has been spent on a project designed to do away with curbs, calm traffic and make the whole seafront more pedestrian-friendly. The objectors claim it's dangerous.
The shared space concept, basically what it involves is to cross the road, you have to walk out in front of the traffic, expecting the traffic to stop, and it's dangerous, especially for children and disabled people. We've actually dubbed it natural selection by car.
Where they've had them in Hull and Liverpool and Newcastle and in Ashford in Kent, blind people now do not go out in those areas because you've got no definition between the pavement area and the road area.
The Borough Council says safety's under constant review, the changes are popular and there's not been a single accident since they were finished 4 months ago. One councillor told us he's angry that a minority pressure group was allowed to cause an obstruction without getting arrested. John Cranston, BBC Look East.
So on to the weather. It's going to be dry and a bit misty overnight with a minimum of 10, and then tomorrow a little bit of cloud, but again mainly dry and bright with a high of 20, and it's looking pretty lovely for the rest of the week. Good night.
Good evening. Whilst I can't promise you the sunny skies many of you saw today, compared to the autumnal conditions of last week, the week ahead certainly looking dry and warmer. Even by night it won't be quite as chilly. Still a chill tonight, however, especially where you saw the sun shine through today, down to around 2 or 3 degrees in northern England and southwest Scotland. But we'll hold the temperatures up across the eastern fringes with some cloud and outbreaks of rain, and quite a muggy, misty and damp night in the southwest Wales and eventually Northern Ireland. So a grey start here to your Monday morning, where you've got the chill in the air, the sunshine will be out, lifting temperatures quite quickly, but always more cloud through Monday around these eastern districts, the best of the sunshine stretching from the southeast through the Pennines into western parts of Scotland. And under that sunshine, temperatures will lift into the low, if not mid-20s. Mid-teens across eastern Scotland with some further light rain or drizzle, but not the breeze of the weekend. We brighten things up in Northern Ireland after a damp start, but we could see some patchy rain for the Isle of Man, North Wales and parts of North West England and the North West Midlands. Elsewhere across Wales and the South West, it won't take too much in the way of brightness amongst a rather cloudy day to lift the temperatures, but the warmth will be there across the South East Midlands and the South East, up to around 25 Celsius. Now tomorrow night will be a milder night than the night we have at the moment, quite misty, quite damp in places, and for Tuesday a lot of low cloud and damp and drizzly weather to those eastern coasts. Away from that, the morning mistiness and fog will lift to allow some sunshine and a bit of warmth once again. For more details for the rest of the week, John Laura Tobin on the news channel throughout the night. More details online as well, but for me, take care.
New comedy drama next on BBC One, Beside the Seaside with Sue Johnston in Sugartown.
Will Britain's athletes have the last word? The World Trials and UK Championships, Saturday at 6 on BBC Two.
What would we find if we drain the oceans? And what happens further down inside the Earth machine? I'm going on a journey to the centre of the Earth to reveal just how the Earth machine works.
This is Mission Control.
Take a voyage of discovery with Richard Hammond.
It'll be a trip full of surprises.
Continuing with Richard Hammond's journey to the bottom of the ocean. Tuesday at 9 on BBC One. Catch up on BBC iPlayer.
Sunny new drama now in high definition on BBC One HD. Life is Sweet in Sugartown.